you've had some time to review Annuities Genius. I know that you've been checking it out for the past week or so. Honest opinion, like, what do you think about the software?
So, I'm just an annuity guy. I was an annuity guy when we were selling annuities out of the trunks of our cars, and the apps were one page, maybe 2 pages. It was the fluff, and the second page was the application. There was no disclosures, virtually nothing, and that was it. And then it turned into a real estate sale, basically, where you have to sign your life away and your firstborn child. And so I've been through all of that, right? And you think about what people in this industry really need, and in terms of, wow, being at a fiduciary standard now, and then it doesn't make sense to me that you're now at a fiduciary standard. I think we probably all should have and could have been and probably were operating at that level. But what Annuities Genius does with great ease is puts me in that realm of capability where I'm really sure that I can check out any annuity. I can go to the client and figure out what they want, what's best for them, what they're asking for, and give them, my style is probably to give them options, and they choose some of the options. So my style is to think with people, not for them, which you'll hear me say often. I'm not a fan of the sales process. I am a fan of a leadership process. So I think the software helps greatly because, I can easily go and put up 3 different annuities and display what they need, right, to know in each category very easily, very, very quickly. You can learn it. That's the beauty of Annuities Genius. Because I was on it like 30 minutes and I'm a pro, right? I mean,
that's wonderful. That's good to hear.
It's true. I mean, it's really, really true. It's you get on it. Well, guys that know what they're doing, they know what they're looking for, right? And then you have these quick, Josh did the videos and the training is just boom, right there, very accessible. So that's what I like the most about it. It's easy, it's complete, and it makes the fiduciary job exceedingly easy.
Wonderful. I'm really glad that you're like coming from your space, that you've seen it as valuable and important.
Well, Robbie, when you say valuable, it's got a cost per month. And I know people go, oh, I got to pay for something,
Yeah, more
yes,
often
you do.
Think.
Right? But you think about something that if it just got you $30,000 more of annuity, just $30,000 more dollars, that's it, of annuity premium, you'd pay for your whole subscription for the year. That's it.
Yeah.
You're done.
It's that easy.
It's that easy. And you have, if you haven't looked at it, you got to look at it. It is robust, thorough, and easy, just intuitive, and I need easy. And people who know me, I was the creator of the ABC financial process. So ABC, I'm known for taking difficult financial concepts and because I need to understand them in that package of ABC. And the software does it. It's easy to understand and easy for the client, easy for the advisor, and man, it's powerful. So I really appreciate it.
That's such a good compliment. Our goal is to make sure that it's very easy to understand and intuitive, and just provide enough education that like everyone can do what they need to do and get in and out and make it as seamless as possible. That being said, if you were still producing, how would you integrate Annuities Genius?
There's a couple different things that Annuity Genius does up front that's kind of cool. It's that ability to have your website, for them to create that website for you to give information. I mean, who does that, right? I mean, I saw that, I go, who does that? So now on my website, I can have a space where they can go to a website that just, what do I want, right? And you can take it, they can go through it, which is exciting. And so you can use it in marketing. and that's good. There's also a point on it where you do webinars. You know, everybody's into digital webinars and that kind of stuff, which you have to now, right?
You do.
And you on your platform have the ability in Annuities Genius to upload your PowerPoint. You can actually take and download some of the materials that you have to show clients from Annuities Genius in the PowerPoint, go to the PowerPoint online and present a webinar from there. And I'm sorry, but that's just flat good. So
the presentation feature is an unsung hero.
I'm that guy. I would think of how can I use it, because I think people are obviously, you know, you don't make any money unless you're in front of people. I mean, you're not really doing business unless you're in front of people. So I would use it just simply because it would cut out hours of my time in research, you know, in my practice, and then use it in presentation. So now I'm saving time, right? And knowing that what I'm presenting is accurate and exactly what people want to see and need to see. That's how I use it.
Amazing. Prospecting is kind of a nightmare right now, like with COVID and not being able to like leave the house and meet people and like create new connections. And I feel like a lot of advisors that we work with kind of struggle in this new digital space. Do you have any like tips that would maybe help them enrich their social media game?
So you know, I'm known for probably sales and marketing, but probably more on the sales process side of it, but marketing as well, because I like innovation a lot. Yeah. I think while I'm not the expert by any means, I've been able to learn from some really good. My son has probably taught me now, you know, in the digital age, more about marketing digitally than anybody. So if you want to check that out, check out Dark Horse FM. There's a shameless plug for my son. But the reality is he talks about these things. You know, he talks about clarifying your message and that, you know, people are losing millions of dollars of premium and hundreds of thousands of dollars of income by not having a clear message. And that message has to be, you know, very well scripted. And so here we have a financial advisor like me, or financial advisors out there, and they understand finance, and you understand you know, how to build a plan and put it together. And you're expected to put a website together, right? And write the content and everything, but you're a financial planner. But now you're expected to do this other thing, right? And and people who just, you know, I know, you have to forgive me maybe for saying this, but like IMOs and FMOs put up these, you know, stock websites and everything, and they're good to have a presence on, but they don't really do anything. They're just kind of like maybe sales prevention in a way. Somebody's going to check you out, but that's old school. Mm-hmm. You know, new school. Now you have to be, you have to really be right on in your messaging. And the messaging, I think, what I love is the new Story brand. I don't know if you've heard of Story brand, but mm-hmm. I'm a great fan of that. Tom at Dark Horse uses that. And here's the thought behind that. Here's what I like, Robbie, about this. And in marketing, for years and years and years, advisors have gone to marketing organizations who have helped them be the hero. You know, they put them on TV, they've helped them, they've written a book for them, so ghost written the book, you know. Yeah. You know, they haven't really written it, but their name's on it. They've, you know, radio, whatever it is, they're going to promote them as the hero, right? Mm-hmm. And even their website, if you go to their website, it's all about them. You know, their credentials, all the initials after their name, everything else. And the reality that I like about Story brand is that it tells the story. It takes people through a plot, a story from beginning to end in terms of here's the real hero is the character, right? Right. If you go to a movie, you know, you think about, I don't know, any movie and who's the hero of any movie, you know, Frodo, right? Frodo's a hero, right? I actually think Samwise Gamgee was the hero, but that's a different story. But
that's for another webinar.
That's another webinar. So a hero is actually the client. It's the prospect, and you got to understand his story, right?
Right.
You got to understand who he is, who she is, who they are, what they want, what they need, their desires. So you have a character, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to clarify that messaging in your character and your website right away. And you also have to clarify their desires, what they really desire, and their conflicts, right? So here's a character who just says, like Dave Vick, I just want to retire. I want to spend time with my grandkids. Just leave me alone, okay? And I'm going to have fun. I'm going to go swim in my pool. It's Arizona. We can do it all year. And well, not really, but
Fair enough.
And that's my desire. Sit on the couch and watch the Cardinals lose to the Detroit Lions. That was awful. And now I have a conflict. How do I get to do that? I mean, what's it going to take for the next 30, 40 years to have a plan, right? I have no idea. If I'm the regular guy, my conflict is I have no idea. What's worse sometimes is that they think they may have an idea. They really don't know what they're doing. So they're screwing it up. It's kind of like that HGTV show. It says, help, I've screwed up, I've wrecked my house. Call me kind of thing, right? And it's the financial house that they've wrecked.
Right.
So it's that, character, desire, conflict, and now comes the guide. And the guide is the planner, is the advisor who works with the client to develop the plan and works with them through the plan towards success. So good digital platforms really understand this, and good marketing understands this term. And Tom taught this to me. It's be the guide, not the hero.
Be the guide, not the hero. I love that. That's such a great piece of advice, and it's really thoughtful. And I think that it includes the client in a space where maybe they're not usually considered. Yeah.
And it sets them up to, so you really understand me. I mean, you get me, you understand who I am. And, there's different kinds of people groups, out there that advisors market to, that they really have to understand. Is it the marginalized people in the community that you're working with? Is it the middle class? Is it the high net worth? Who are they? And what are their desires and what are their conflicts, right? But make them the hero, make them the star of the movie. And you're the guide, and you come in, and when they see that you've got it and that you've guided people before, and that you can help them develop a plan. Not that you ride in on the white horse in your shining armor and say, I'm the guy. I can't tell you how many advisors told me that's what they want to be. Well, that's one way to do it. It's just, I don't think it's profitable. The other, there's two other things maybe or maybe three or four, but one, maybe content is king.
Mm-hmm.
And if content is king, then data is queen. Which you understand. I want to
interject really quick, guys.
Yes.
Dave also wrote a really great piece for our Annuities Genius blog, and you can check that out. It is posted actually right now. So when you get off of this webinar, head over to annuitiesgenius.com. At the top left-hand side of the screen, there is a new button for the blog, and you'll be able to read a little bit more deeply into what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
No. It was fun writing it anytime. It'd be great.
Amazing. So do you think that Annuities Genius does a good job in positioning?
Pardon?
I'm sorry, continue, go ahead.
So it's content, data, and then you have to remember that you're building it, if you're doing it online now, which you need to, is you need to build a digital house. And it takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to have the best results in 30 days. It's going to have the best results 6, 9 months, a year from now. It's going to be killer. So you want to do a thorough job of it, and you want to get with somebody who can really make that happen.
Right. So take the time to build your house, folks.
That's right.
In addition to being the guide.
That's right.
I think that Annuities Genius does a good job in positioning the advisor as a guide.
Oh my gosh. That hits the nail with my head. So,
Perfect.
so it does. I mean, you just think, again, I just go back to, I have to smile when I think about it, because I can be a confident guide and knowing that I have the information readily available. And here's a thing about sales process, leadership process. And if I could pound this home, it's think with, not for. So I have the power in Annuities Genius to think with people. When you have the power to say, I mean, just think about this. If I go behind a green curtain of Oz, and I throw all the dials and switches and come out and create a plan, and I come to you with the plan and say, here's the plan, this is what you need, right? And now you're selling the plan. But if I'm thinking with you, people are buying into me now. They're buying into the process. And they're choosing as they go along. And Annuities Genius allows me to give them the choices as they go along. Choose this. What kind of, do you want accumulation? Do you want income? Do you want, what kind of accumulation do you want? You can explain it to them and teach them right from Annuities Genius. And there's 4 or 5 things on there that you can work through with the client, and they make the decisions. Imagine that, Robbie. A client thinking with you and saying, oh no, I get it, I want that. Okay, I get it. I want income that grows, that's not stagnant. Right? I get indexes. I want an index with a 10-year history. I want to know that 10-year history. I don't want one that doesn't have a look back of at least 10 years, whatever it is, right? But you can explain it to people and give them the choices along the way. So here's the thought. If they've chosen, in the end, it's not a big choice. Did you ever watch the movie Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid? You might be too young.
No.
Right. So there's this, and advisors might know it. So, and I'm guessing that's how old I am. So these 2 outlaws are on a cliff, right? Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, and on this cliff with a big ravine down below. It has water and everything. And the lawmen are shooting at him. They're shooting at him, and Butch turns to Sundance and says, they're kind of looking, they go, we got to jump. And Sundance looks at Butch and says, no. And Butch says, no, we got to jump. Sundance goes, no, I ain't jumping. He looks over the cliff and he goes, I ain't jumping. So Butch goes, why not? He goes, I can't swim. And Butch goes, you can't swim. He goes, the fall will probably kill you. And so the next scene is them jumping off, holding a gun belt together, going, oh shit, all the way down. But that's how people feel. I tell advisors, that's how people feel when they create that plan, set it in front of them and say, here it is, jump off the cliff. Right? But if you take them off the cliff and you help them make decisions, just one step at a time, one decision at a time, you're thinking with them, the end is so simple and so complete, and it really increases that closing percentage, that acquisition percentage.
Right. It almost sounds like it's not even closing at that point. Like it's more of just like a walk, a journey, a customer journey.
Yeah. So the client usually goes, so can we do this? Right? Can we do this? Yeah. Well, yes. I think so. Let's do it. Let's try it.
Amazing. All right. So we are just about out of time, but I wanted to quickly, you have a book coming out, right?
Yeah. So thanks for asking. I'm writing a new book. I've written financial books before, Bat Sox Vegas and Conservative Investing. And
that's such a good title.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to call it the ABCs of financial investing, but my son said that is really boring, and he is a professional writer and author. And so I said, okay. So Bat Sox was just a story about me growing up in Montana, third world country. And when Batman came out, everybody was going crazy about Batman in the late 60s, mid 60s. Mm-hmm. And that's how old I am.
I won't tell anyone.
My brother took his black felt marker and drew a bat symbol on his socks. and wore them everywhere. And so, but when he wasn't wearing them, I was wearing them because he's my cool older brother. So they stood up in a corner after 6 months, of course, but we threw them away. And we didn't throw them away because they stood up in a corner. We threw them away because the fad was over. And the point in the book, and the point for Annuities Genius is bat socks. Bringing it back there is bat socks. It's that conservative investing is not a fad. It's not fad investing. It's learning how to help people make conservative choices. And that's really the theme of Annuities Genius. The theme of my new book, You're a 10, is that there is a way to get past your plateaus. All entrepreneurs run into these, just roadblocks. And they keep hitting against them. And they think 1 week they're just on fire. Everything's going right, and you're just having this incredible week. And then the next week you just go right back down to reality, and you're going, why is that, right?
Isn't that a fact?
There's this thought that we're going to explore in the book. It'll come out in December. That who you are and who you think you are, if you had a value scale of 1 to 10, and if you perceive yourself on a value somewhere along that line, I think you're a 10. Reality and the truth is you're a 10. But the reality is we don't feel like 10s. There's reasons for that we explore in the book. But if you feel like you're a 2 or a 3 or a 4 on a regular basis, and there's actually a test in the book that you can take, and there'll be a test on my website that you can take that'll show you where you really are. On a regular basis, you can take it. Then you'll perform on your role scale, 1 to 10, and your role, right? I'm a dad, I'm a granddad, I'm a husband, I'm a business owner, I'm a friend, I'm a cousin, I'm all these roles that I play. You have a direct correlation to the success in your roles as to how you think of yourself on that I scale, how you value yourself. That's what counselors will tell you. So we explore that. And the thought is, if that's true, if I'm a 3 or 4 or 5, what if I could take and improve that on a regular basis each month, each year, right? So if I really am, and it's hard, right? If we get down to who we really are, we may be a 3 or 4 in who we think, right? But if we can improve that up to 5, 6, 7, imagine the roles that improve, right?
Right.
And there are practical ways we explore to do that with folks. And so we're writing a book about it, and we're creating a website about it for tools that you can go to and say, how can I do this? And so I've just been with advisors for so long, and I felt their pain for so long of not getting to that level that they want to. And it's largely due to who they think they are. And
right.
So that's where we're going with it.
That's amazing. I can't wait to check it out. I'm very excited. I'm not an advisor myself, but I'm still very interested in the concept. It's not for just advisors, it's for everybody, and so we want to help people pursue that life at level 10. Can we get there at level 10? I don't know, but let's just, like Vince Lombardi said once, let's chase perfection and catch a little excellence along the way. So let's chase 10, and maybe we'll catch a little 6, 7, 8, 9 on the way, right? All right, let's close it out with that quote one more time, that Vince Lombardi quote. I'm going to write it down as you say it.
Vince Lombardi said, let's chase perfection and catch a little excellence along the way.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your time today, Dave. I know that even though you are retired, you were a very busy man, and I absolutely appreciate you doing this with us. I hope that everyone got something to take away from this today. And if you have any questions about the webinar, shoot them my way, robert@annuitiesgenius.com, and find Dave Vick on the social media.
Do you want them to, if they need an address to contact me at all, or?
Of course.
They can contact me at dave@nowyoura10coach.com. So the letters, I didn't think I have to explain this, right? URA, the number 10, coach.com. Dave@you're10coach.com.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Dave. Have a great day. Everyone else also have a great day, and I'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Hey, thanks, Robbie.
Thank you.